So $1,260 is the check I write to the customs broker. The customs broker does all the work, distributes all the money, and makes it go across the docks very smoothly for me. Which docks? Why the docks in Oakland? Why Oakland, California? Well, you look at all the West Coast gift and housewares importers, in their terms and conditions of sale, FOB Sparks, Nevada is very common. FOB Sparks. Where's Sparks? It's Reno. It's outside Reno. Sparks got started during World War II as an ammunition war supply depot. They figured that if they had all those supplies down in San Francisco, the Japanese would bomb them and blow them all up. If the Japanese had to go all the way across the Sierras and again, to get back, it's going to be a lot harder. So they would just run the stuff down by rail. When the ship showed up to pick it up, they'd run it down by rail, load it on the ship, and get it out of the San Francisco Bay. So that was the plan. When the war ended, they had the state-of-the-art distribution centers, supply sergeants with nothing to do, quartermaster corps with nothing to do, and what else? Empty warehouses. Same time, after World War II, state of California levied inventory tax in California. So the people that had businesses in California, stuff that they warehoused, they all ran it up to Nevada to avoid the inventory tax in California because they had these empty waiting warehouses. So Sparks started becoming this distribution center. Up until about '85, freight rates in the United States were centrally planned. Then they were deregulated. But up until about 1985, it was cheaper to ship interstate than intrastate. From San Francisco to Los Angeles was far more than Sparks to Los Angeles. So the people found that the shipping out of Sparks, Nevada were getting far lower freight rates for their customers. Okay? Then the other thing is they started to discover, again, the Uniform Commercial Code of the United States, where the goods are put on the common carriers where the sale takes place, where the sale legally takes place. Where the sale legally takes place is where it is taxable. If the goods are loaded on a truck in California, it's taxable under California law. If it's loaded in Nevada, it's taxable under Nevada law. What is the business tax in Nevada? Zero, zip, nada, right? Okay, but they tax two things. One of them is gambling. Once your competitors go up to Sparks, Nevada, then you can no longer work out of California because you're at a disadvantage because you're paying more. Because you're paying taxes and they're not. You can't remain competitive. So you need to go up there as well. So that was starting back in 1980. People were moving up there. Their businesses up there to Sparks, Nevada. In the mail order catalog, Amazon's up there, of course. The mail order catalogs, they call them fulfillment houses. These warehouses, 500,000 square foot warehouses. There's a whole bunch of these companies that do it. And in our industry, we would call them, same thing, we call them pick and pack operations. Because you ship your 50 cartons, 100 cartons up there, and then you send your orders down, and they take the order, okay, there's 30 items, they take it out of those 12 cartons, and repack it and ship it out. So we call them pick and pack operations. Same thing, the mail order catalogs, they call them fulfillment houses. So I'm glad that we call them pick and pack operations, because I wouldn't get away with talking to my wife and going down to Reno to a fulfillment house. That wouldn't do. All right, so $318 to go the 250 miles from Oakland to Sparks, Nevada. How much did it cost to go from Keelung to Oakland? 6,500 miles. $417. How much to go 250? 318. What'd you just learn? Ocean freight's dirt cheap. $417 goes 6,500 miles. Why? You see one of those ships out there in the harbor with 3,000 containers loaded up? How many people does it take to crew one of those vessels 7 days a week, 24 hours a day?
A few.
How many?
A few.
Yeah, dozen max. They actually don't have to have anybody on them. They can do GPS and all that and computerize it all, but a dozen max. So you got 3,000 containers and 12 people. That is one person to 250 containers. As soon as it hits the harbor, it becomes one person, one container. Because they put it on a truck and then they run it up. So it gets real, or turn it around. Ocean freight is a dirt cheap way to move things. Because of the improvements in communication, transportation in the last 10 years, 20 years, it's so easy to find the best place in the world to have a product made. And once you found it, it's dirt cheap to move it from there to here. So another reason for international trade. So that is the $318 to get it from Oakland to Sparks. Page 29, this is a costing of this particular shipment. So we've got column A is the heading, column B is cumulative, and C through K is breaking down by each item. So FOB $6,500 in column B, the duty was $513, the freight was $418, the broker fees was $320, the bank fees for the letter of credit, which you'll see on the next page, was $110, cartage was $318. So it started out at $6,500 in Keelung, lands at $8,179. Okay? And you can know this in advance, you should know this in advance. Then from there, we break it down by individual items. Let's see what I make. So let's say on 601, what starts out as $494 comes down to $609. 144 into 609 means they're costing me $4.23 each. In cell C14, the $9, that's the price tag on the samples of the item that went through the trade show cycle. Okay? So every time I got an order, it was an order for $9. So when I pay $4.23 on what I'm going to ship out the door at $9, that means I'm clearing $4.77 gross profit, which is 112% markup or 53% profit margin. I need at least 100% markup. I need at least a 50% profit margin. I'm getting them, so I'm happy. But I get a little worried on item G there. That item, I brought in 144, they cost me $1.50, I'm selling them for $4, so I'm clearing $249, column G. So I got 164% markup. Problem there. Everybody in glass will spot that and say, oh, he's making a lot of money off that one. All right, so what are they going to do? I'm inviting them in. If a importer or a merchant tries to rip off the customers by charging too much, your competitors will punish you. Okay? This is what happens in the real world. So if you do import that thing, I've been saying that you'll never happen. Well, if you do import it and start burning the customers, the consumers in the United States, your competitors will spot it and take your item away. That happens, but I don't think often enough people actually try to rip off the customers. Okay? Well, if it does, count on getting it stolen, getting your product stolen as a service to the consumers in America. I mean, how does that sound? It sounds rather strange, doesn't it? But that's what really happens in the real world. So your net is your net, and it is for the industry, and it's what it will be. So nobody ever rips anybody off because you got competitors that will what? Discipline you. So the next time I'm going to drop my price. If they're costing me $1, they're costing me $1.51, I'll have to go to $3.25, $3.25, something like that, so that I don't invite people in to steal my item, because they'll just take a look at that. I'll exaggerate to make my point. If I'm taking if normal is 100% markup, and I'm taking 200% markup on something. The other people that will see me, that everybody else is making 100% markups and all there, they'll see me taking the 200%, they'll take 150%, which would be better than their worst item, okay? And they'll drop their worst item, they'll be up at 150%, be a lower price than me, making more money than they were before, and making me look bad. Did you follow all that?
Oh, well, I know.
I can walk in and I can spot glassware, I can spot, and I know exactly what it costs them to make it. Bill Gates can look at software, at the complexity, and tell you what it costs to develop that. Jones can look at an iPod or an MP3 player and know exactly what it costs. There's a field you know what it costs in your field, whatever it is. So you spot in your field if somebody's ripping somebody off. Okay, now, one of the things big business loves to do in America is get rid of competitors by making barrier to entry so high that there can't be people coming in and doing it. But that's a whole nother story, and that's not us. We're not big business.
Casey Jones, you better watch your speed. Trouble ahead, trouble behind. And know that notion just crossed my mind.